Yes, boss. 444 the world back in here again once again, dog. Happy to be here. Happy to see you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You get what I'm saying, man? This is the Patreon exclusive, yo. So much love to everybody who's showing me love and all of that. You get what I'm saying? You guys have to understand. A lot of people do that. I had to move a lot of my content from YouTube because YouTube is not putting respect on content creators' names. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of these videos that you see me do good numbers on, I don't get paid for those. Like a lot of those I get flagged for it. Even my lives, you get what I'm saying? So had to take it to Patreon. So here's the deal. As requested by Bryce Almighty, shout outs to you, my G. I'm going to be continuing on in this video with part 2, the gang stalking. You know what I'm saying? So in the first one, I explained what is gang stalking and targeted individual, and I went off into my story about it. You get what I'm saying? But in this one, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. No ranting. You feel me? So to get back into it, right? I'm gonna start off. What is a targeted individual for people who don't know, right? A person who has become targeted by any party, organization, or entity. A person can become targeted from entities ranging from corruption in business, organized crimes, cults, and extremists, or by government. A person who becomes targeted will face campaigns of surveillance of different degrees, and generally speaking, campaigns that negatively impact an individual. This could range from campaigns to harass, discredit, sabotage, instill fear and paranoia, manipulate, extort, or even assassinate amongst others. You know what I'm saying? So that's what being a targeted individual is, right? Now from that, we're gonna go right back into gang stalking, right? So before I even get into gang stalking, right? Once you're a targeted individual, you're a person of value. You're a person who knows shit. You get what I'm saying? It's just like in these movies, right? When you see them trying to go after one person, right? What is it that person has? That person has something that they want. You're doing something. You're causing some form of a corruption, or not say a corruption, but a ruckus. Or you get what I'm saying? In their eyes, in the opposition's eyes. So basically, you're a threat to them. You feel me? So because you know so much, I gotta silence you, I gotta put people on you, I gotta get people against you, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So gang stalking, right? Gang stalking or group stalking is a set of persecutory beliefs in which those affected believe they are being followed, stalked, and harassed by a large number of people. This term is associated with targeted individuals. You get what I'm saying? So, let me see. They got a community for this shit. Wow. So they have a community that basically claims that their lives are being disrupted or stalked by organized groups intent on causing them harm. So they have like a virtual community for that online, right? So let me go into the whole concept of this, right? Because it's very crazy. The concept of stalking arose in the 1980s, right? Following increased legal equity for women and prosecution of domestic violence. Generally, stalking has a single perpetrator who may sometimes recruit others to act vicariously on their behalf, usually unwittingly. Beginning in the early 2000s, the term gang stalking became popularized to describe a different experience of repeated harassment, which instead comes from multiple people who organize around a shared purpose with no one person solely responsible. So here's the deal, right? When a person is gang stalking or wants to come against you or other people, it's because they know that what you possess or what you have is something that's it threatens them, their credibility, whatever the case may be. That's why I explained my story in the first part, right? But if you really think about it, right? There are people who get gang stalked for some stupid reasons, and it's because of the fact that there are some people in the world who just want to keep up with their bullshit that they have going on. You get what I'm saying? That's where gang stalking gets taken to a whole new level. You have people who do cyber stalking. You have people who do things digitally. You get what I'm saying? So let me go on to cyber stalking real quick, right? Cyber stalking is a criminal offense under American anti-stalking, slander, and harassment laws. A conviction can result in restraining orders, probation, or criminal penalties against the assailant, including jail. Cyber stalking specifically has been addressed in recent US federal laws, right? So here's the deal. If you really think about it, there's a lot of things that's involved in the whole cyber stalking, crimes, all of that. You feel me? But it's a part of the electronic harassment laws. So when you really go deeper into this stuff, right, it really shows you something. There are people who take their habits or their crimes to all new higher heights. You get what I'm saying? Why do you think there are some people who are hackers out here? Yo, you have money in your bank account, or you have this. I'm going to hack you and do this. That's a form of a cyber crime. But there are people who've taken certain technology and certain hate or certain urges, and they've elevated it. You get what I'm saying? So I'll give you an example, right? There are sites that allow you that you can pay for people's information. There are sites that allows you that, yo, you can literally like pay to get into people's phones. Like, there's different shit out here in the world, bro. Like, if you really think about it, there's some shit in the world that literally it's crazy. It just goes to show you how far the mind goes and how far technology, how far people will go to stalk you, all of that shit. Why is it that you think there are some people, they have to check their cars? Because there are some people who put GPS trackers and all of that shit on their cars. Like bro, all right, I'm gonna give you an example, right? Quick story, right? When I used to work for T-Mobile, there was this feature that we had called family allowances. Dog, I used to sell the hell out of this to females, bro. And I started seeing something. This feature allows you that, yo, when you're on a family plan and you're paying for family allowances, which is like $4.99 a month, you have the ability of going on a T-Mobile app and tracking where everybody on the plan, where their phone is directly. You get what I'm saying? So there was this girl who called in like multiple times. I get this shit like, oh, my boyfriend, this, that, and the third, he ran up whatever the case on the bill, so I'm calling to pay for it. Bro, I'd pitch the hell out of that shit and I'll sell it because it showed something. Dog, a phone company is giving the option for you to track everybody on here. Yeah, it's for safety, nothing wrong with it, but shows you how the mind can work. Like, yo, I can use this to track my boyfriend or my husband and see where he is, so I can tell if he's lying to me or not. And he doesn't know about this feature, and it's $4.99, I'll take it. Shows you something. That's how far technology goes, right? And there's electronic harassment laws. I'm going to go ahead and break that down for you, right? Electronic harassment, electromagnetic torture, or psychotronic torture is a conspiracy theory that malicious actors, often government agents or crime rings, make use of electromagnetic radiation, such as microwave, blah, 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 blah. Whatever that shit is, right? Okay, that's like, all right, that basically, let me break that down because that was like a little bit extra. There are some people who believe, like, you know how some people be like, oh, you can't stand next to the microwave for too long because it can affect you. It's one of those type of things. Basically, somebody like explain it in like on Wikipedia in like a conspiracy theory that that's something that the government used to target people or some shit like that. So it was something in here I wanted to read on, man. I think I skipped over that shit, bro. But basically, put it like this, right? When somebody's gonna gang stalk you, right? It goes to a far extent. And it's not one of those things where it's like, how can I say it? It's not for like a soft reason. It's something that's detrimental. Like, all right, there are some people who gang stalk for different reasons, right? And it goes to a different form of a level. And I'm gonna break it down right now. Let's say somebody hates you because of the fact that, like, yo, you have something that I want. Your life is better than mine. Or I have all these people fooled or tricked. I need something about you. You're too stainless. You're too stainless. I gotta get something on you. Let me find your weakness and use it against you. That's why some people do get other people involved in their mess whenever they're gonna gang stalk, or let me get other people involved. We're gonna target this person because of the fact that it's for some ill or some stupid reason. You get what I'm saying? Or even for the fact that that's another thing where I said, like, certain people never got attention in life. I said this in previous videos. They take their power and they do dumb shit with it. You get what I'm saying? So pay attention, right? If a person has the power to harm you or do something to you, right? It's because they have a hatred or a jealousy spirit on the inside. I said this even with the guy that I work with. He's tried multiple of times to get me fired. Yo, why? Because he has something on the inside of him, like a spirit. And he's another, let me give you an example about this, because I never said this, right? He's a product of gang stalking as well, right? When I used to work for another city, I used to work for Plantation. I transferred to a whole new city, right? So him finding out, yo, you came from another city, let me see if I can find out information about him. This man went as far as doing research to find out, yo, where I worked at, where this, that, and the third, which park, all of that. And stated it to me. Like, literally, I'm like, bro, who in the fuck really does shit like this? You get what I'm saying? You're mad about, yo, I'm here. Like, who really goes that far to figure out, yo, you used to work at this park, you used to work, oh, my cousin works there. I won't tell you. That's weird as hell. You get what I'm saying? He's the same person that goes to the spy shop. That's another thing. When I talk about all of these different forms of how people can gang stalk you, give me 1 second. How people can gang stalk you. People do this shit in different kinds of ways. It's not only just to get information on you, but it's mainly a thing where it's like, yo, if I can figure out everything about you, it's like I have a one-up on you. You feel me? That's really all gang stalking is. To either find you, get rid of you, get something on you. It's different ways that people do this shit. You get what I'm saying? So give you an example, right? And that's why I said, Bryce, shout outs to you. You feel me? Because Bryce stated the terminology to me and I had to look it up, and this is something that I never knew they had a name for it. It's called honey trapping. I'm gonna explain it to you, right? Honey trapping is an investigative practice involving the use of romantic or sexual relationships for interpersonal, political, or monetary purpose. The honeypot or trap involves making contact with an individual who has information or resources required by a group or individual. The trapper will then seek to entice the target into a false relationship, which may or may not include actual physical involvement, in which they can glean information or influence over the target. The term honey trap is also used when dating sites are used to gain access to a victim. Private investigators are often employed to create a honey trap, create a honeypot by wives, husbands, and other partners, usually when the illicit romantic affair is suspected of the target or subject of the investigation. So let me stick a pin right there, right? Show you something, right? Honey trapping is something that has been put in our face for the longest. I'm going to give you an example. Anybody has seen the movie Good Burger? If you haven't, look that shit up. You feel me? Look at the movie Good Burger. What was it? It was Keenan and Kel. The one who was on the rollerblades. I think it was Keenan, right? Keenan figured out, yo, this is my secret sauce. I put this on all the burgers, right? Who is their competition? Mondo Burger. You get what I'm saying? Mondo Burger got the biggest burgers. We got our premiere. We got our grand opening. We shitting on y'all. You feel me? So guess what? Why is it that, yo, we crush Good Burger, but now these niggas is popping up, stealing our customers and all of that? Yo, you got to try the new good sauce. Who made it? Keenan. So guess what, dog? We got to find a way how to get that sauce. If we get that sauce, then we can shut down Good Burger for good. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that they have that sets us apart, sets them apart from us. This is all chess, bro. The movie showed you this. You get what I'm saying? So who did they do? Oh, sending Roxanne. That's the girl who was supposed to come in. She was the honey trap. She was the honey pot. Oh, Keenan, tell me, what is it that you put in your sauce? First a little pickle sauce, then the lemon juice, and then that's when Kel had to kick the hell out of him like, dog, you tripping. You cannot tell nobody that. You feel me? That's the money maker. That's how we making money. You don't know who she is. You get what I'm saying? So at the same time, you got to pay attention. So off of default, what happened? She ended up screwing herself up the whole night, damn near broke her neck, her leg, all just to try and get a secret recipe that she did not accomplish and get. So that's why the nigga from Mondo Burger had to come over on some, yo, listen, I'll pay you whatever, double whatever, just to come over and make that sauce for me. He's not stupid. He gets that sauce, he won. He could kick him out, do whatever with him. He just got to find a way to maintain power. That's where honey traps and honey pots come from. You feel me? Now, go a little bit deeper into that, right? Because that movie, Good Burger, displayed that shit to the highest T. That's another form of chess. If he never had Kel there to play chess for him and help him out, he would have gave up that recipe. You get what I'm saying? So you got to understand something. That's like a form of harnessing your power in a way. You get what I'm saying? That all ties in with gang stalking. People will see what it is that you got. Yo, I need that. I want that. I got to have that. I can't get that. Yo, it's a problem now. It's going to be a problem. We got to find a way how to get that. That's why people resort to doing some grimy green ass. You get what I'm saying? It's all in the name of getting what it is that they want. You feel me? Now, go a little bit deeper, right? In that terminology, right? Go a little bit further. They said that it's like private investigations are often employed to create a honeypot by wives, husbands, and other partners, usually when an illicit romantic affair is suspected of the target or subject of the investigation, right? Here's the deal. Not even 2, 3, 4, like probably not even 2, 3 months ago, right? There was a big drug bust that happened right in the city that I work for, right? Probably like not even a quarter mile away from the building that I work at, right? Mind you, as I said, BSO is right next to my building. So I see a lot of stuff first-handedly, right? There was basically something that went on on social media saying that there was a big gang that was taken down in Broward, and they were like one of the most, they were low-key like a big like drug trafficking gang, right? That gang was taken down by a decoy. That decoy was the honeypot. She was the honey wife, all of that shit, right? Guess what? Feds found a way how to make that BSO look. We're going to send you undercover just to figure out this information. We're going to play chess. You're a big time dope boy, right? You got everything. We have information, but we got to make it hit. We got to put the pieces together. So we're going to send a decoy. We're going to send whatever it is that you like. A female with money, a female with a fat ass, a female that's your style, your flavor, all of that. Once we get that, guess what? We can figure out whatever it is that you can do to get dirt on them. This is all like relating to the Bible now. You get what I'm saying? Look at Samson and Delilah. Delilah was sexy as hell. Samson, where's your strength? He gave that shit up. That's how she was able to get the Philistines and all them boys to just come in. Oh, Samson, the Philistines are upon us. Oh, all that shit. You feel me? It's because they use a trap. That's the thing. You got to understand chess out here. You feel me? If you're weak in a certain area, and this is another thing. This is for man or woman. That's a form of chess. Yo, how can we get this person set up? How can we catch them up? You get what I'm saying? We have to find a way how we can infiltrate them, do something to take them down, smear them, all of that shit. That's where smear campaigns and certain shit start. It's like on a lower level, but they have to escalate it to a higher level to increase it, to make it more of a gang stalking type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So going more further into it. Occasionally, the term may be used for the practice of creating an affair for the purpose of taking incriminating photos for use in blackmail. A honey trap is used primarily to collect evidence on the subject of the honey trap. Honey trapping is used to get a new user addicted to illegal drugs and also for drug smuggling. Now, let's go deeper, right? Look at how honey trapping goes far, right? I'm going to give you an example, right? Shit, what's his name again, bro? Bill Clinton, right? Bill Clinton and, what her name is, Monica Lewinsky, right? That was like a form of honey trapping in a way, dog. He got caught up with the female. Guess what? That smeared your name as a president now. We got you, Bill. Haha. That's perfect chess, baby. Guess what? From all of that, his name took a hit in a way. It did, but it didn't. But at the same time, you have to understand something. Because that took place, guess what? That screwed him. You feel me? That screwed him. You feel me? That all screwed him. So because that screwed him, you have to see something now, right? If that screwed him as a person, what do you think else is going to come from that, dog? More smear on your name, more this, more that. You can't do this like how you used to. You can't run for president again. Like, this is all forms of high levels of chess. You feel me? Just like, what's that dude's name? Who was running for, I think, governor or senator of Florida. I think his name was Kendrick Meeks. They got this nigga in a different kind of a way, dog. I didn't know that Kendrick Meek was on the other side. You feel me? Like on the, you feel me? He was on that type of time. Bro, when I said they got Kendrick Meek so cocaine, bro, I think they must have got him in in a hotel room with another man. Like, they must have drugged him and then he was doing his little business or whatever the case may be. Got that boy on picture, all of that. That stained his name, his relationship, his wife. Like, you're married, dog. So now I'm gonna show you how that fucks him up as well too. You feel me? Because he got caught on that type of shit. Yo, you trying to run as a leader or whatever, people gonna look at you as like, the LGBTQ, you know what I'm saying? They probably rooting for you, but at the same time, your wife is like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know it, I'm gonna be honest, dog. His wife is getting new dick on demand right now. Just to keep that family together, yeah, his wife can probably cheat and do whatever the hell it is that she want. Because, listen, that is like, you get what I'm saying? That's your lifestyle. That's your lifestyle. Some people, they have spouses that they know, yo, this is what it is that I like. This is what my partner like, whatever the case may be. But that was like a woe to her. Like, this is what you're doing, Kendrick? You get what I'm saying? So guess what? She can probably use that money and like, I want me a young nigga right now. You know what? Let me just go ahead and spend it on him. You feel me? I could do whatever. Get away. Do as I say. Literally, he has to follow her lead now. You get what I'm saying? That's how that shit goes. That's a form of honey trapping. You feel me? Now, let's go a little bit deeper into this honey trapping shit, because honey trapping goes far, dog. Like, this gang stalking stuff, like, it goes far, bro. Like, let's talk about espionage, right? Espionage, right? Honey trapping has a long history of use in espionage. This is some sexy shit I'm about to drop on you right now. During the Cold War, female agents called Mosno girls or Mosnos were used by the Russian KGB to spy on foreign officials by seducing them. The name Mosno comes from the Russian word moko, meaning it is permitted, as these agents were allowed to breach regulations restricting Russian contact with foreigners. In 2000, so basically, look at that, right? Because they know this is their weakness. This is a man's weakness, dog. Let me send some pussy at you, dog. Let me see what you'll do for that. You get what I'm saying? They're willing to break rules and bend rules. Why do you think there are such things as confidential informants, dog? And confidential informants have been graduated to a whole new level. That's a whole nother topic I'm going to drop here on Patreon. You feel me? Confidential informants is a form of like bending the rule. Think about it, right? Feds have a budget for snitches. So here's the thing. These movies give you the answers, bro. Like, look at Blue Street. What did Martin tell his partner? You go after the big fish and you let the little fish go. The little fish ain't doing shit like the big fish. The little fish just, I'm just swimming. The big fish out here splashing. I'm out here messing shit up. You get what I'm saying? You gotta go for the problem starter. You gotta go for the head. You feel me? Because if you go for the head and kill the head, everything else follow, dog. The big fish is the ones that's out here doing the big shit. Like, you out here fucking up the economy, like on some, you on some next level shit. You get what I'm saying? That's why they have these things, right? So they bend the rules. So you look at, I'm not even gonna go into confidence. That's a future topic, right? So look at this. They bent rules. Yeah, send some pum-pum at them. Send some pum-pum. That's just like in Book of Eli, what I was just talking about last night. The fact that the dude Carnegie was like, you know what? Send the girl at him. Send the girl. If not, because I can feel where he's coming from, if you get put out of that room, I'm going to hurt your mother. So guess what? She was on a mission. You got to do as I say. You love your mom, right? That's a form of like using power in an ill-advised way. You get what I'm saying? So go further, right? In 2009, the British MI5 distributed a 14-page document to hundreds of British banks, businesses, and financial institutions, titled "The Threat from Chinese Espionage." It described a wide-range Chinese effort to blackmail Western business people over sexual relationships. The document explicitly warns the Chinese intelligence services are trying to cultivate long-term relationships and have been known to exploit vulnerabilities such as sexual relationships to pressurize individuals to cooperate with them. Dog. Yo, if this ain't chess, dog, I don't know what it is, bruh. That's a form of blackmailing, dog. Listen to what they just told you. They're willing to force relationships with certain people to get them vulnerable. Like, what is it that just makes the governor melt? Big titties? Huh? No ass? No titties, big ass? What is it? We're gonna figure it out. That's what he likes. Send it at him. Give him what he wants. Get in a relationship. This is why I told you, bro. This world is crazy as hell. And traps go very far. To know that somebody has the ability of, yo, I'm in a high position of power, whatever it is, on a street level, on a corporate level, on a government, political type of level, I can use my power and bend it all for the sake of what we're trying to accomplish as an organization. Yeah. All right. So I have the ability of putting on a snitch and making him seem like a rapper. This is all a form of trickery as well. You get what I'm saying? Yo, if you pay attention closely, right? The games that are played, it goes very, very, very far. You have to catch that shit. You get what I'm saying? It's all a pattern. That's why being in solitude and understanding the games that people play, opening your eyes, it'll definitely save you. Being a targeted individual is not something that's easy. It's not easy at all. But one thing I can definitely tell you is when God is on your side, you cannot lose, bro. You cannot lose. If God is for you, then who can be against you, dog? Because here's the thing, right? When you have a good heart, right? That's another thing. You don't have to have a good heart to be a targeted individual. But when you have a good heart and people want to target you, people will target you for that, dog. And use all type of dumbass reasons just to go for that. You feel me? Yo, let me harm this person. Yo, let me do this to this person. In an ill-advised way just to feed their carnal habits, their dirty ass ways. And it's like, dog, it wasn't even justified. You have to understand something. The mind goes far, and certain people should not have power. When people have power, they resort to doing some dumbass shit that they know they cannot fix It's not something that, yo, this is repairable, or you get what I'm saying? It's for some dumbass reasons, dog. Don't be a person that takes your hatred to a whole new level because you feel like it's justified, dog. So let me get a bunch of people involved and let's stalk this person. That's like just what I said in the movie Book of Eli. Look at what Carnegie did. Carnegie was supposed to be a leader, right? What did he do? He used his power to hurt people just to get his way. All for a book. I need that Bible. I get that Bible, people will listen. People will conform to us. People will come from miles and miles. His greed, his selfishness, all of that caused a lot of people to lose their life, one. Two, you didn't even fulfill the mission of what it is that you truly wanted. Yeah, you got the book, but the book was written in Braille. You can't even read. You're not even blind, dog. You feel me? Can you read a book written in Braille? No. So you did all of that for what? And that's where that girl's mother was like, you did all of that and you still didn't get your way. That's why he was pissed. You will do all of this shit just for what? And it wasn't even called for. It wasn't even worth it, dog. You feel me? Imagine if God wasn't with Eli, dog. Eli would have folded and crumbled. You get what I'm saying? Yo, shoot him. Nah, that's not gonna work, dog. That bullet deflected off of him like it was nothing, dog. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's why it's very important to know God and know the word, dog. Nobody's perfect. I'm not saying, hey, you better study your verse, and anybody say anything, be just like Eli and call it back to him. When the thorns thistle, and ain't none of that. You feel me? Just know God and understand the word, bruh. You feel me? There are people who will come against you and target you for some stupid reasons, and they will never, ever, ever admit it until the light hits that situation. When the light hits that situation, that's when people can recall in their mind, yo, what I did was some real foolishness. It was stupid. But here's the thing. There are people in a higher position that are doing this shit, and because they're so high up, they don't feel they can crumble for it. When you do dumb shit like gang stalk somebody or try and set somebody up, guess what? You're only setting up your karma because it's gonna come back around to you. You feel me? So if you're a person that's out here living on the good end and people are trying to target you, just understand this, that their time will come and you will be fine, dog. There's a lot of times when I could have been like, yo, I'm not leaving outside of my apartment. Who's gonna harm me? I don't live my life like that, dog. You feel me? You can't live your life in fear. That's another tactic. This is all another form of, yo, let me play on this person's mental. Let me get a bunch of people involved and say certain things and get these people involved so they know, yeah, you know their power. You know what they can do. That's like me and my situation that I explained in part 1. When people feel like, yo, you're small, you won't do anything, you won't expose anything, I'm bigger than you, whatever the case may be, guess what? That's when people start to slowly find out that, yo, this person really isn't small. They have power. This is the thing that it's like, how can I say it? It's one of those type of situations where when your back is against the wall, that's when you'll truly find out who you are as a person. The amount of power that you have, what you're able to do, what you're able to take, all of those type of things. You know what I'm saying? But you really have to understand this, that in this life that we live, you're going to have to stand up for yourself, bro. There are people who will target you for some petty reasons, and they will want you to crumble, fold, fall into a state of mental depression because that's where they want you to be. That's where they are. And they get comfort off of seeing somebody like you in that state that does not deserve it. You get what I'm saying? Because they get a kick out of that stuff. But when the game gets reversed on them, and it will, guess what? Their ass is fried. You feel me? That's why it's very imperative to just treat people the way that you want to be treated, yo. Separate yourself, you get what I'm saying? You don't have to put yourself in harm's way just to have fun or just go out and do certain things, bro. There's all sorts of ways that you can go about doing what it is that you need to. Just go about doing it in a smart way, you get what I'm saying? With that being said, just remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I use them to uplift you because everybody is a champion, dog. Nobody is a loser. With that being said, man, just make sure you 444 the world. Don't work too hard. It's still a weekend. I'm still on vacation. feel me? Dropping some hot ones in a week. I'm still gonna figure out this Patreon schedule and how I'm gonna do this. I probably might take one of my videos away in a week and just put it on here on Patreon. Probably do like 2 to 3 a week on Patreon. You get what I'm saying? With some length on that month. You feel me? That being said, man, love you guys. Peace. 440 for the world.